The most challenging aspect of teaching adult learners is getting them out of their comfort zone. Consider that when they landed personal English, they have stuck to the same approach and they have made the same mistakes over and over for more than 10, 20, or 30 years. When at the beginning of any course, we ask incoming participants to watch our GRU method video to familiarize themselves with the new approach to language so as to get rid of the ineffective learning habits, we are aware this is just the first step of a long journey. They are often stuck by some of the passages from the video, the snowball effect, the irregular verb list, the Sherpa metaphor, and they tell me, yes, this is what happens to me too. They feel understood, but they fail to see the solutions that the video provides, that is, the best practices suggested there. As a way of example, spending 15 minutes a day on language instead of 1 hour during the weekend does help and does make a difference. Explaining this once or twice is not enough though, as most learners tend to immediately relapse into their old habits without even realizing this. The same holds true for literal translation. There are participants who, after years of working with us and of being encouraged to rely on deductive skills and avoid the dictionary so as to learn directly from the context provided instead of translating, still fail to see what we mean and keep on translating literally. And I'm not talking about poorly schooled learners or learners affected by cognitive disorders. No, I'm talking about lawyers, engineers, or medical professionals who have unquestionably achieved well in learning. Why is it so difficult then for them to process such simple best practices and make them theirs? Well, because memory and achievement of improvement in language learning works in a completely different way than how they work in engineering, jurisprudence, or medicine. The civil code may be studied inside out over 3 months, for example, but one can't set to oneself the goal to use correctly in speaking past and present perfect over 3 months. Still, since they have been used to reaching their professional goals by resorting to the strategies that work well for legal studies, they will continue to apply them to language learning. When confronted with failure, this leads them to frustration. And when failure occurs twice, 3 times, 4 times, they seek and find the reason for failure in the misconception that they haven't got a gift for languages. Here comes the biggest part of our job as language coaches, which makes us at Personal English different than regular language instructors. Here is the time for us to find the best communication strategy to help that specific person break the vicious circle they have been stuck in and look at things differently. Exactly like a psychologist does. Some learners get it in a relatively short time. For some others, it may take longer. And some learners are so mired in their own impairing learning habits that they may never see an alternative way to tackle the challenge, not even under our guidance. We can't guarantee the result then, but it's our job to patiently and persistently keep on trying and experimenting with different communication strategies that may suit the personality of the individual before us. It's important never to over-challenge them, hurt them, or undermine their self-confidence in the process. And for each of them, the limit as far as which we can push safely to help them out of their comfort zone is different. It's up to our experience and sensitivity to stop at the right moment or to sense it's time to change communication strategy. And it's part of my job as Director of Studies to train personal English teachers to mind these aspects and to deal with them in the most productive possible way for learners.